Now, what's going on? So today, finally going to go around to, after all this time, the front brakes. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this part of the caliper off. We got a 17mm bolt there and there. Just a shifter, spanner, whatever, spanner. Yeah, ratchet spanner, that one. We're going to undo those bolts and then we'll come back. Alright, so that was actually a bit of a mission. Top bolt came out pretty easy. Bottom bolt, I was a bit worried it was seized for a minute, but bit of a jobby with the breaker bar, and she came straight out. Now I was going to suss out these rubbers and not have to completely rebuild the caliper if I didn't have to, but I've just noticed there's a split in the rubber just there, so it looks like I'm going to have to take this whole part off, the whole caliper off, and replace that rubber. No big deal. I've got that rubber kit, so yeah, it'd just be a bit tricky trying to figure out the best way to do that. It's gonna look better, much better, and much easier to clean up and paint too. But now that I've got that side off, I can get these pads out slowly but surely, like that. Not too bad. For about half, I reckon. To suss it out with the new ones and see the difference. There's the back one. Oh, we do have a wear indicator on the back one as well. So these have been done, I reckon, a lot more recently than the rears. A single bit of metal there for the back. Oh, me. Yeah, so that's not too bad. So we'll get this part off next, which if I feel around the back here, I've got two bolts, probably another 17mm there, and a 17mm there. Yeah, I can see them from back there. So I will take those two bolts off, and then this whole bit will come off. So I'll bring you back for that. All right, yeah, came off pretty easy. Just looking at these rubbers here. The rubbers don't actually look too bad. That one there, it's not too bad actually. Looks pretty good. Just thinking whether I could actually just not worry about that, because it's yeah, I don't know. I think I will worry about that actually. And the split rubber's a split rubber. So, and while I've got the kit, I might as well. Alright, cool. Then that leaves the disc, getting the disc off, which I will give a nice solid crack with my mallet. Worst case, as I did with the rears, I'll just find a bolt that'll thread into that hole there and run the impact into it, which will push the disc out. So I'll give that a crack and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, gave a good smack, didn't want to come off, grabbed that bolt, put it through one of the holes there, sent the disc straight off. It's a bit festy in there. Definitely need to give that a good clean out. Get a bit of a sanding disc onto this here. Looks a little bit crusty. The dust paint a bit of a clean up. Yeah, so it's not actually looking too bad. I also reckon these studs have been done at some point too, because they're a little bit too like shiny and new to be 24, 25 years old. So yeah, I've got to figure out how I'm going to get this off, get it all cleaned up. Alright, so thankfully on one of my various trips to Supercheap I managed to pick up these line locker thingamy bobs. We can't remember the name of them. Anyway, so I've chucked that on that line, and I've undone the banjo bolt, which, if you know, has a hole through the middle, and it also has a hole up on the stem on the side here. So with that on there, there's no excess fluid coming out of the line. Cracked that one, tipped them upside down, and still got a bit of brake fluid coming out there. So that is now completely fully disconnected from the brake system. What I'll now do is obviously disconnect that cable tie once it's sort of had a bit more time to drip out, because it is still dripping. Once that's done, I can then work on getting the piston out of the caliper. Seen a bunch of different ways to do that, so hopefully it goes pretty smoothly. We'll see how that goes. There are heaps and heaps of videos on YouTube that I've seen. That's how I'm getting my information about how to do this sort of stuff. So I'm not going to bore you with like every single detail. Just might be slightly different way to do it with the GTIs. You know, single piston calipers, etc. Yeah, so I'll take this off, take it up onto the table, and see if I can get this piston out pretty easily. So I'll bring you back. Okay, so that's the piston out. I just managed to sort of put a screwdriver in where the brake line was attached to, and just gently tap it out. Actually, doesn't look too bad. Nice and dry on the inside. Now that I've got this rubber off too, where is it? That split. Where did it go? There. Yeah, it's all the way through. So, not that I really think it probably, would have caused many issues, being that where it was, and it's like dry lubrication on the inside there. But you know what? At the end of the day, I've got the seal kit, so I might as well use it. Bit of gunk on the inside of this caliper. You can see it in there. There's a fair bit of gunk in there, so I will give that a good clean, some brake clean and some degreaser and whatnot. Give it a light scuff up and paint it. Mask that up, obviously. Paint it, and then I can start putting stuff back together again. So I'm not really gonna probably take you through the other side, both sides one by one, because I did that with the rear. These are a bit easier. This just works both sides. What I might do at the end is pop back and just sort of, once I've done the other side bit, let you know how it went and if it was in any good or better or worse condition than this side. So yeah, I'll give this a clean up, give it a couple of coats of paint hanging off the clothesline. It's pretty decent weather at the moment, so it should dry pretty good. And then that's brakes done. So yeah, we'll come back once that's all sorted. Alright, there we have it. After about 3 or 4 coats of caliper paint, put the rebuild kit through, that fresh new rubber, re-grease the slide pins, etc. She's all back on there with a nice new slotted disc. So that's this side done. I'm not going to bore you with doing the other side because it's the same stuff. But yeah, another couple of days I'll get that done. And then the front brakes are done. I can finally put this thing back on the ground. Go get a wheel alignment, and then start travelling around and getting quotes for paint. Obviously, we've got some runs and stuff here and there, but you know what? I'm not overly fussed about that. The wheel's gonna be on top of it, so obviously I'm gonna have to bleed the brakes once I'm finished doing this and top up the brake fluid and whatnot. But that's the front brakes done now. So now, after my videos, you'll know how to do the front brakes and the rear brakes on your GTi, along with a bunch of other things. Sweet. Well, so there we have it, all done. Hope that helps. Drop a comment, any questions or anything like that. Hopefully I'll be able to help you out with that. But yeah, nice new shiny front brakes. So that's all the brakes done in the entire car. Have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. Hooroo!